video taken by the ISUPK is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights. But shop owners say they've heard enough. Say in court, their lawyers argue the group is trespassing. In addition, they say the group's
niggas want me dead. Crackers too, but it's coon ass niggas, they for the feds. My stick full of lead. In case these whole niggas try me, man, I might have to make that bed. No need to even flex. Cause how I walk it, how I talk it, let you know my speech direct. You heard what I said. Another move, your life flashing through your mind, now you're big. And I'm fresh like a motherfucker. Niggas hating cause they mom want us. I'm just coolin' by myself, but now they all on me. Shut up, bitch, eat a dick, I don't wanna love you. Sippin' that pool, wow, got your list up out your shoe now. Look what you finna do, wow, it's hot. Hop around these niggas till you flop. I'm busy getting mine, but all these niggas wanna duck. But it's cool, let me know I'm on the top. Steady in the courtroom, always fighting cops. Call the white man the devil, and that's off the top. So they try to stop my movement with a block, but I beat the case every damn time, so they watch. Waiting on a nigga to try to make me slip up. Walking up on me like homeboy, what's in your cup? Do you have any drugs? Well, let me see the slugs. Look at your bitch ass back, get mad, you ain't getting love. Your wife made you click the damn nuts, yeah, I know. Crazy what coon people will do for these hoes, but I ain't even pressed. I see why you going on, my nigga, you dead wrong, bust a nut, or get it on.
Black and white land, shit is crazy. Black and white land, shit is crazy.
I'm freshen up, cleaner than the motherfucker. Good juice in my cup is redder than the blood sucker. Drip on leak, yeah, drip on me. Hey, talking about, but what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, you see these damn bitches, they be choosing on me. But I don't want the bitch, but that bitch drooling on me. I get to walking under cause she wanna moving with me. But I won't have it cause she easy like spaghetti, homie. Unleash it to the G. Who is he, that nigga from SC? Get your level straight before you approach a G. Cyan TC 0013. Sits on the stick, it got me cruising off the scene. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, nigga, yeah. They nigga be hating, but they can't penetrate us. Trying to shoot at us now later, but I'ma get you now. Potato on the bow, blang, blow.
But even 30 years later, videos don't necessarily lead to convictions of officers. Advocates for reform say that needs to change.
Right. Everything is lawful. Westworld.
The pressure on. I remember bringing nothing home. Make a little just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch your tone. When I was 5'7", I was breaking. I had 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9'11", I was in my zone. Lose the argument or lose your thumb. Who ain't no running up? Damn, now I'm coming up. They coming to kiss me, you dumb or what? Drawing, you done enough. They told me go rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the signs coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, your ticket, she knows she fine. Got a couple of, so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine. Reason I'm going in overtime. You stuck in your ways, you keep fantasizing. I just go get it, don't think about it. Don't make it an issue, it ain't a problem. Not too much talking, just organize it. One Westworld, no way around it. Heavy, so you know I'm grounded. Too sturdy, I'm well rounded. Tunnel vision, I don't see a challenge. Get a minute of killing it. Case closed, I don't need a gavel. No, you hate it, don't even matter. New page, still the same time.
Mike, but just never forget that I do nothing. Always have that fresh in your mind. That I feel absolutely nothing for your pain and your problem. Because I know that all of your pain and problems are a test to make you stronger.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready, then stay inside. You drowning away, or you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified. Yeah.
Seeing if you're gonna step up in, you're gonna run away.
Stick to the end, you get glorified. Let's make it official, I'm one of them. One of the greatest is no exempt. It took me a minute to figure it out. I was struggling, get it made a man. I shuffled the deck and I played my hand. Just give me a reason to put them on you. Didn't believe that I had me a vision. Should I believe that you niggas loyal? We giving up game, they fumbling plays. I'm tired of talking, I'm racked out. Before they be started, they tapped out. I jumped in my duffel and blacked out. What you witnessing is elevation. Glory road to my destination. The haters, it's a celebration. And I put that on my reputation. When the fall, this is a demonstration. You're sick and I know they hate it. One Westworld every season. Hot boy, this dedication. Giving game, I don't need favors. Go against it, you won't see the danger. You ain't family, you a damn stranger. I'll beat your moment they know that I'm coming, I'm running. Let's get to the business. I'm still playing my post, taking the rim like Jesus. Don't run with too many people. I don't feel none of us equal.
And there are some brothers and sisters that know that so much, they would never leave. They would never abandon you. Since you have to stay alive here, they'll stay alive with you.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready to stay inside, you drown in a wave, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified. Yeah. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
They're one West.
I just did this just cause. Let's get it. I know I ain't touch a M yet, I just seen rich. Rare breed, she lying, she say she ever seen this. My man is at the pick, I take the shot on some screen shit. Choppers rule everything around me, yeah, we cream shit. Polite with it, wipe a nigga nose if he seems sick. Make sure your vest 100 proof, this 40 liter scene lit. Pieces of activists, you can tell how it lean shit. Going on a 3-peat, just look at who my team with. You been afraid, lemon squeeze on it, see what your men is made. Once smoke, sitting with the spirits like I'm shooting sage. 100 deep strong on your block, look like we throw parades. Knock his lights out with a hook, that's how I'm throwing shade. War mode, I ain't dropping bombs, bitch, I throw grenades. She asks when I'ma cut my braids, I tell her when I'm Noah's age. Punch after punch, listening to me like you catching fade. Ain't afraid to close the curtain, I just let you set the stage. Do what I want and you just move when they move. Reinvented myself, I came back and I stayed to it. Never seen nothing or heard nothing, I played stupid. Finessed them 2 times like it's cool when they do it. Never lacking, can't run off with the front and the back and only fuck with dimes. That's why I'm walking with a Mac 10. Let it rain just for you. Got the gun from Act, I ain't boxing, catch a Philly shell when I get the snap. Switches make the G-Lock sound different, get a blick of accent. Yes, I'm an Israelite, no it ain't no need to ask. Yes, I am Christ-like, don't understand why you mad. They say I'm cocky, when I tell the truth they say I brag. Following my moves won't lead to the same path. Designers on your feet ain't more expensive than a toe tag. Ain't with the respect as a person, ain't giving no pass. Till you touch one of mine, you don't really know rad. You a cornball with money, so we make popcorn. Dropped off from Ash the world. I was not born, but still fucking rolled up with a pair of Travis Scott's on. Trespass, I raised the cow like get off my farm. Or you thicker than blood on my crown where it got pawned. Started looking for new comp, old ones got born. Sleeping on me, stop snoring, no let them keep dreaming. Bet they wake up when they see the fear of God and a demon. Everybody top 3 and they not 2 or they not 3. No matter how you put it for sure, they is not me. I ain't gonna say that they copy, but they copy. Live rent free in a bitch head, this my prime. Who they playing for? I ain't taking less, I demand more. Any place I touch, I own. I'm the landlord. Fell a few times on my feet is what I land on. All facts, ain't with the storyteller, that's what the gram for. I done held so many guns, I used to think that's what my hands for. Lord, teach my fingers to fight and make my hands war. Never been defeated, all 10 is what I stand on. You visiting, this my world, that's what I stand on. And I ain't do this to remind y'all. I did this to remind y'all. Let's go.
It's settled, huh?
Yep.
All right. I may mute for a second just to see if I can get a hold of the brother that's supposed to moderate.
Mhm.
I had spoke to him earlier today. So I just want to see if I can get him in here so that he can moderate. So I'm gonna just mute my mic real fast and I'm gonna give him a call. All right, so I'm gonna just check with his brother real quick and then I'll be right back.
No, no problem.
All right, thank you. All right, it went to his voicemail. I don't know if we want to give him a few minutes before, or if you're ready to start, but we don't have a moderator. I'm not a rude type of guy, but you know, if we want to wait a couple of minutes to see if he comes up in here, or what we don't have in the flow. For those that don't know, I'm sorry. Let me just introduce what's going to take place today. My name is Captain Tazaryak. The gentleman that's on the screen with me, his name is Nadir Ahmed. The subject that we'll be discussing today is the God of the Bible, the same God, Allah of the Quran. It'll be two 15-minute rounds. I believe Nadir goes first. I go second. After that, it'll be followed by a 40-minute back and forth between him and I. Each question that gets asked, saying no sound. That's was no sound. Let me make
No,
sure.
I can hear you.
No, I'm making on the YouTube. They tell they in
Oh,
the chat. Somebody put in the chat that they don't have no sound. Let me just double check. No, that sound. You might want DeAndre, you might want catch ups anyway. So it'll be a 40-minute back and forth between Nadir and myself where he'll ask me a question. I'll ask him a question. We have maximum of 2 minutes to answer each question. That doesn't mean we have to take 2 minutes, but you have a maximum of 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, then the next person asks the question. After that, we will give way for questions from the audience. The only thing that we didn't have in there, Nadir, and I don't know if we want to do this while we wait to see if the moderator joins, is we didn't have an introductory round. So I didn't know if you want to do like a 2 to 3 minute introductory where you could present, you know, give an introduction of yourself and what you'll be presenting today, and then I'll give an introductory, or you think that's fine with just the 15 minutes?
yeah, we could just jump into it. In fact, we could probably get started. We could keep our own time until
Definitely.
until he can make it. And
Okay.
yeah,
All
we
right.
can
No
we can
problem. I don't have no problem with that. Before I go, I just want to let you. I do look. It does look like I'm delayed on my screen. Let me see. Let me make sure that my camera is moving properly. Hold on 1 second.
Mhm.
Just check my camera. Let me move this over here. Testing 1 2. Does seem a little delayed from my just not my audio, but my camera movement. So I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna reduce my camera just for a second, just to see if that fixed the problem, which it did. Okay. All right. So without further ado, I just want to let y'all know that this debate here is sponsored by Caps Grease. If y'all could look at the screen right there, that's Caps Grease. Sister Yapasha created Caps Grease, which is a part of Call Gas Creations. It just got delivered just now. This is the grease that works in conjunction with the hair crack. So they both go hand in hand. All right. It's available right now on callgas.com. So without further ado, like I said, this debate is between Captain Tazaryak and Nadir Ahmed. He'll be presenting how the God of Allah is the same as the God of Israel. I will be saying that he's not. The way the format goes, as I mentioned earlier, is two 15-minute rounds. Excuse me, one 15-minute round by both of us. The gentleman Nadir will be going first. So Nadir, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so I will mute my mic and the floor is yours. Once you begin to speak, your time starts.
All right, thanks. I'm just going to share my screen over here, if that's okay. So yeah, oh, it says system denied. Hold on
Yeah,
1 second.
yeah.
Let me just.
Mhm.
I just got to give Chrome. I might need to jump out and come back in because
Okay,
I
yeah,
got to.
yeah, to give them access to it, right?
Yep. Yeah. Just
Okay,
give me 1 second here.
no
Um,
problem.
Sorry about that. We're all having all kind of technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's fine. It's no big deal. I had a slight camera thing.
Mhm. All right. Modify settings.
So he's gonna jump out and jump back in. I get to talk about this motherfucking grease. This grease is fire. Like I told you, this grease. I'm glad it came in because I just ran out of the last little bit that I had that she gave me before. So this is Cap's Grease. It's available right now. I have a 25% off sale. Oh, I don't really want to sell nothing right now, Salakia. I take that back. I did not want to sell nothing right now. For the Israelites in the know, if you know, you know. So we're not selling right now because it is the Sabbath, Salakia. So I'm not doing that. Let me add him to the stage.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yep, I can hear you.
Okay. I'll start right now. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead and
so
share your screen because what don't speak yet. If you want to, if you're gonna share your screen first, I just want to make sure it looks good for you, so I can add it to the stage, and then I'm gonna. How can I do this? Let me see. Um, I want to make it to where I can just have you on the stage. Let me see.
sorry
Hold on.
about that.
No problem.
Um,
So I'm gonna put you on a solo layout right now, so it's just you, and then if you want to share your screen again, and I'll present it.
okay, just give me 1 second here.
No problem.
Okay, I'll share my screen now.
Okay.
Um,
It didn't pop up yet.
oh, share screen. There you go.
There
So,
we go. So I'm gonna add
okay,
that to the
I can start my.
stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Just let me know when you're ready. All right, cool. I'll start
Yep.
now. Okay, so the question tonight, which we're going to answer, the proposition of the debate is a God of Islam the same as a God of Israel? I will be showing you evidence from both prophecy as well as science, which clearly proves it. Now, in no time in this debate is my opponent, Captain T, going to present to you facts, because Bible-based beliefs are not based upon facts. They are interpretation-based religions. But Islam is a fact-based religion. So when I show you my evidences, it will all be fact-based, and I want you to hold me accountable to that. If you hear any personal interpretations, assumptions, call it out so that you could prove me wrong. But that's the main difference between Islam and Bible-based religions, whether it's Israelitism or whatever, is that Islam is fact-based, while Israelitism is all personal interpretation-based. So let me start off with a prophecy inside Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. It says basically, as you can see on my screen, I will set up a prophet for them from amongst their brothers like you. So a prophet will come who will be like Moses. So upon which facts, not interpretation, but what facts can you present to us that Moses is like Muhammad is like Moses? Now it also says that it comes from amongst their brethren. Now, as you recall, uh, Abraham had two sons, Isaac and Ishmael. From Ishmael came the Arabs. So they are the brethren of the Israelites. But now let me go ahead and show you the similarities between the two. Both Moses and Muhammad were warrior prophets. Look at my references. I'm quoting Encyclopedia Britannica, HistoryNet. Why am I doing that? To show you that what I'm talking about is solidified in fact. It's an undeniable reality. You're going to have to hit pause on your screen just to get all my references, because I'm going to go through this very quickly. I apologize about that. So as we could see, they were both warrior prophet. And these are intrinsic characteristics which you have, meaning that's not something.
Laya Shala. Amadi, which means stand. Find Yakudam, which means in turn face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abinawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Natananawa, Lacham, Kal Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabuwathnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabuwathinawa, Wala'a, Tabiyanawa, Banasawan, Abal, Hawashah Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahata Para, Lawalanyam, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Pray for the Hakak in Hebrew, the power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babu Kashah, the thunder Nawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kal Makala, or Kal Ma'arawa, Hakak, like the heart, Hamatazaraim, Hakak, La Hakwim, Hamathium, Hakak, Arak, like Arakwa, Hatama'ala, the Garsan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wada Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Pray the blessed Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayah Sha'ala, Wahabayat Saparium, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Tawada Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Yahsha'ala and the school. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azaria, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Warataza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayasan, Shawama, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Ariyad, Yamyanka, Yahweh, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa Yarak, Balayala, Yahweh Yashamarka, Makar Ra Yashamar Atnapaska, Yahweh Yashamar Tazaatka Wabaaka, Maita Wahid Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help coming from the Slack, my help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yahshua shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim, Al-Damiyah Lakah, Al-Takharash, Baal-Tashakwa, Kayahana, Owadika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanayaka, Shawa Ra'ash, Al-Aimuka, Yariyamwa, Sawa, Wayataya Itazwa, Altazapawanika, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magawya, Wala Ayazakar, Shamya Sha'al, Awad, Kaya, it's like Kaya, Nawa Itazwa, La, Yahadwa, Alika, Barya, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Arabam, Waya Shema Alayam, Mawa Abba, Wahagarim, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palashata, Mishabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanyulawa, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamarian, Kasiyah Sarah, Kayabian, Banachal, Koyashwan, Nashamaru, Bayan the Ara, Hayawa, Daman La Dama, Shartamwa, Nadaya Muwa, Kaya Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakazalmanai, Konasa Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rasha, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shartamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanyurawaka, Kaash, Tabairi Ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Arayam, Kan Tardatma, Basa Africa, Wabasa Wapaka, Tabalaham, Mala'a Panyaham, Kualawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabaru, Wayadaiwa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Aliwan, Al Kal, Harataza. In English, keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yahshua may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. It became his dung for the earth. Make the nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb. Yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Almun, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storms. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Pray for the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Wa me'aka'al, wa alahayim, matazab ya'alawap yahan, ha'alawapya, ha'saranyam, ha'kwatazayanyam, ha'kayayalyam, wa ha'kwatya, Yahweh, ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, tuwara aman. In English, bless you Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and Michael and the angels, Commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you so big. Start to the front. All right, Yeshabian, be seated. All right, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, Barakatham to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Latam Bashem Yahshai to the sisters. Well, the ISUPK, the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes. We just got done with the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, getting geared up for the Day of Atonement. That comes up October 11th at sundown. That's on a Friday, I believe. Double check this real quick. Slaki. So now that's in the day where you're supposed to afflict your soul of your carnality and to emphasize the discipline and exercise restraint. So the 11th, yep, Friday at sundown, the 11th. So 1 week from today, it's going to be the Day of Atonement. So on the 9th and on the 10th, and even on the 11th, all the way up until sundown, make sure you're hydrating yourself properly and make sure that you're eating healthy. I would just, recommend not eating a whole lot of, high sodium kind of foods, and just generally slop. I wouldn't get no fast food. Just be mindful of what you're about to put in your body for those for that time period, because it can be taxing on you. Not just with the cravings of wanting, a refreshing bottle of water or a nice steak or burger. It can be a tax on you physically. Not low energy. If you have to work that day, especially depending on the kind of work that you do, I would recommend take off in advance so that you don't have to. You don't have that as a burden on top of you already depriving yourself of food and water. Or food and beverage, I should say. Again, don't put this on your children. If you got a young man or a young sister in your house that's of a mature enough age, according to the father's discretion, or if the father isn't around, the teacher's discretion. Contact the school near you, explain your situation, and take their counsel from that point. But if you got a brother or sister at 15, 16 years old, and they feel that they're comfortable with going 24 hours without, give them a shot. Give them a shot. I certainly wouldn't hold them, to no kind of blame necessarily if they couldn't make it, especially if this their first time. It can be kind of a rough ordeal for people that ain't used to it. So just be mindful on who's partaking in it. It's not always going to be a seasoned brother or sister that's gone through this a number of times. A lot of us, a good chunk of us, we've been in this for years. So either we've done fasting already or we've gone through the Day of Atonement a number of times. So it doesn't, not that big of a deal for us nowadays. If you have to take a medication that requires you to eat a meal with it, just abstain from the Day of Atonement altogether. You don't want to kind of do it superficially. You know what I'm saying? If it requires you taking a pill, don't drink a bottle of water with it. Be disciplined. Keep your eye on the prize. It's only for 24 hours, and after that, you can be good again. Or we always normally kind of have a feast beforehand. Hey, shalom. We always kind of normally have a feast beforehand so that you can be, you can be kind of set before you go into this. And shortly after that, we're gonna have the Feast of Tabernacles, or what they call Feast of Booths. So again, get in contact with the school near you. Don't think that you got to go to Walmart and buy you a pop-up tent and set up shop in your living room or your backyard. That's not what this is about. Captain Cotters, I had an excellent breakdown about this a while back. If I can try to find that video, I'll try to play those clips in the introductions. You just saw Captain Tazaryak, if you were watching the commercials, if you were here at that point, setting up into the battle. Is kind of the weigh-ins with this Arab cat talking about if Allah and the Most High are the same being, which we would emphatically say no. The God of the Arabs is not the same as the God of the Israelites. Well, that kind of catches us up to speed. Thank for joining us. I actually became a Milwaukee Sabbath service. So we're going to get into the next 49 set of verses, 7 at a time in the Hebrew and then in the English. And we will kick it off from there. You going to chill over here? You want to chill over here? All right. All right. So in the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 27, verse 9. Laka, na, oh, hatazaan, wakak, laya, masham, shanya, gariyaya, Izayam, Tabiyam, wa Aisha, Atham, Mataimiyam, Laabika, Kasha, Ahab, Rustem, Wahabat, Labiaka, Waka, it's like Waka, by Bar, Ashar, Yabarkaka, Lapanya, Mawathua, verse 11, Wayamar, Yaikwa, Oh, Rabakwa, Amwa, Hazah, Aishwa, Achaya, Ayash, Shayar, Wanakia, Ayash, Halakwa, verse 12, Owalaya, Yamashanya, Abya, Wahayayathia, Bayanyawa, Kamataitai, Wahabaathia, Arya, Kualala, Walaa, Barakat. Verse 13. Watha Amar, Lawa, Amwa, Aliyah. Kualalathak, Banya, Akat, Shemai, Bukwalia, Walaka, Kukalaya. Verse 14. Wiyalaka, Wiyakwak, Wiyaba'a, Lamwa, Wataisha, Amwa, Mataimium, Kasha, Aha, Abdiwa. Verse 15. Watakak, Rabakwa, Bagadia, Aishwa, Banat, Hagadol, Hakamadat, Ashar, Atha, Babiyat, Batalabash, Yaikwa, Banat, Hakutan. That's those 7 in the Hebrew. Going back into the English, we're in Genesis chapter 27, verse 9. All right, so now, Salaki. So if you joined us last week, we were going into the story of Esau's so-called stolen promise, or stolen inheritance. He already sold off his inheritance, though. But the way that it would normally transfer is from the father to the oldest son. Just traditionally, he could pick the fourth son, really, if he wanted to. But just like traditionally, the way the customs would have gone, it would have gone to the oldest son first. Now Rebecca had pushed Jacob into take Esau's spot, though, and that's a story that we're about to get into. So we had led up into it last week, and we're gonna go all the way through. So verse 9. So going out, it's like you're going out to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loved. Verse 10. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may be blessed, and that he may bless thee before his death. Verse 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Verse 12. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them. Verse 14. And he went and he fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. Verse 15. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her youngest son. Going back into the Hebrew.
You said
Genesis 27 and 9. 27 verse 9. So we just read 9 through 15. So now Rebecca got a vision from the Most High. A vision or a message, as you could put it. But the prophecy was to be, but when she was notified about this, when she was scared about how the 2 nations were fighting in her womb. If you go back, and it was at 25 or 26 when we started the story about Jacob and Esau. 26. All right, so in 25, start like around verse 21, you'll see when Isaac and Rebekah had brought forth Jacob and Esau, and how she was given a revelation, so to speak, of the meaning between the two, like the fighting of the nations in her womb, the different manners of people that were going to come out of her womb, and how the oldest was going to serve the youngest. So she knew that that birthright was supposed to go to Jacob, and instead of Esau. And then we get into the story of how when Esau had been, hunting, obviously didn't catch nothing, otherwise he would have ate himself. But yeah, how after that long journey, how he came across Jacob and asked him for some of the porridge, some of the pottage he had, and Jacob said, "Yeah, just some of your birthright." Jacob was a hustler, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And Esau sold it. That was his decision. And that was even before he was given the inheritance from his father. He had sold his birthright. His birthright could have been a handful of cockroaches, for all we know. But it turned out, it was going to be much more grand than that. But Esau, he was so hungry, to the point that he just felt like death was right around the corner. He was so hungry. So that it meant more to him than the birthright for that food. So now fast forward a little bit, children are born, and Rebecca takes a closer connection to Jacob, and Isaac took a closer connection to Esau. And as tradition would go, it would normally go down to the oldest son. Rebecca steps in and replaces them and says, "Listen, let the blame be on me. If there's going to be anything, just do what I'm telling you to do." So she did give him a lawful order, and he followed through. So go back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 27, verse 16. Wa'ath, Arath, Gad Yaya, Haiziam, Halaba Yasha, Ay, Yad Yayawa, Wa'at, Halakwa. Tazawariwa, verse 17. Watathan, Ah, Hamataimium, Wa'ath, Halacham, Ashar, Aishata, Bayad, Yaikwa, Mana, verse 18. Wayaba, All, Abyawa, Wayamar, Abya, Wayamar, Hananya, Maya, Atha, Banya, verse 19. Wayamar, Yaikwa, and that's Jacob. Yaquab, that's Jacob in Hebrew. Slaki. Oh, Abiwa, Anakia, Aishwa, Bakaraka, Aishathia, Kashar, Dabarath, Ayah, Kwawam, Na'a, Shabbat, Wakala, Matazayaria, Baibawa, Habarakanya, and Pashaka, verse 20. We are more. Yetazachak, which is Isaac. Oh, Banwa, Ma, or it's like Ma, Za, Marath, Lamataza, Banya, Wayamar, Kaya, Hakwara, Yahweh, Alaika, Lapanya, verse 21. Wiyama, Yatazakak, Yaikwa, Gasha, Na, Wama Slaki, Wama Shaka, Banya, Hata, Za, Banya, Aishwa, La, it's 22. Wayagash, Laikwab, it's like Yaikwab, Yatazakwak, it's like Yatazakak, Abyawa, Wayamashawa, Wayama, Hakwa, Kwawa, Yaikwa, Wahiyariyam, Yariya, Aishwa. It's those 7 in Hebrew, back into the English. Genesis chapter 27, verse 16. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat in verse 17, and she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. Verse 18, and he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? Verse 19, and Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may be blessed. I just want to check something. Verse 19, I believe Aishwa was Esau. We can get to that later. Verse 20, and Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me. Verse 21, and Isaac said unto Jacob, come here, I pray thee, that I may fear thee, my son, whether thou beest my very son Esau or not. Verse 22, and Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Going back in the Hebrew, so we're seeing how the disguise was applied to Jacob, and how he approached his father, kind of timid about it. You know, he didn't want to get busted out and then get cursed. He didn't want his mom to get in trouble either. But his mother gave him a direct order. You know, just follow these steps. I'll worry about the rest of it.
You did you start by 23, not 22.
No, stop at 22. All right, so back into the Hebrew, Genesis 27 and 23 in the Hebrew. Voila. Kayara. Kaya. Haywa. Yadiyawa. Kayadia. Aishwa. Haywa. Sharak. Yabarakahawa. Verse 24. Wayamar. Atha. Za. Banya. Aishwa. Wayamar. Anya. Verse 25. Wayamar. Hagasha. Laya. Wakala. Matazayat. Banya. Lamain. The Barakak. Napiyat. Slakia. Napashia. Wayagash. Lawa. Wayakal. Wayabaa. Lawa. Yayan. Wayashath. Verse 26. Wayamar, Ayuwa, Yitazakak, Abiyahu, Gusha, Na, Wasukwa, Laya, Banya. Verse 27. Wayagash, Wayashak, Lawa, Wayarath, Ah, Rayak, Bagadiwa, Wayabarakawa, Wayamar, Ra'ah, Rayak, Banya, Kayak, Shada, Asar, Barakwa, Yahweh. Verse 28. Wayathan, Lakah, Halahayim, Matah, Hashemayim, Wamashamanya, Harataza, Yorah. It's like Yorah. It's like your Warab. The gun. With the rocks. Verse 29. Wayabarawak. I am young. Wayashatakwa. Laka. La mayam. Hawa. It's like Hawa. Gabiya. La Chayak. Wayata Shakawa. Laka. Banya. Amaka. Araraika. Arawa. Wamabarakyaka. Wabamarakyaka. Wabamarakyaka. Sulaki. Wabamarakyaka. Wabamarakyaka. There we go. Barawak. Verse 30. Wayahayat. Or Sulaki. That was the end of those 7. Back into the English. Genesis 27, verse 23, slacking. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and his brother Esau's hands, as his brother Esau's hands. So we blessed him. Verse 24. And he said, Art thou my son Esau? And he said, I am. Verse 25. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. Verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now and kiss me, my son. Verse 27. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is the smell of a field, which the Lord hath blessed. Verse 28. Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. So now we're seeing that blessing from Isaac go down to Jacob instead of Esau. And the way that Jacob's garment was should give you some indication as to how hairy Esau was. And we can see that today. You got men out there that are just like blankets, and you find that mainly in, well, pretty much only in Caucasian bloodlines. I think there was a story about like some Asian twins, that like Asian werewolf twins or something like that. Normally you see that kind of genetic trait in Caucasians, which Esau became the progenitor of. He's what kicked off the Caucasian race. And you can see that spiritual difference in where is it? In verse 28, when Isaac was giving him the blessing, the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, plenty of corn and wine. You know, prior to our history in the slave trade, which a lot of people like, they damn near can't talk beyond that point. What were Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians like prior to the slave trade? You're going to hear the reports from their findings that we were all, barbarians, that we were uncivilized, just monsters, just roaming around naked, and cannibals, and just acting very barbaric, which certainly was not the case, and you can tell that from even just from the anthropolitical data that has been collected of the different tribes in North, Central, and South America, that we had a very sophisticated society. We just didn't need the dirt roads and the square box houses. We lived off the land, and it was bountiful. We made it very we had a good thing going there. We made it work. As simple of a lifestyle that it was. We didn't need like the complications that we have nowadays with OSHA, building codes, all the permits that you need, 1-800-DIG hotline. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to jump through so many hoops just to make a living. You can't collect your rainwater from your gutters into the barrels. You need so much paperwork, and you got to cut through so much red tape to live a simple life in this advanced society. Whereas, they would have it that, Wi-Fi is supposed to make everything a lot smoother. I don't know. They don't talk to me about this stuff, and I don't fucking listen anyway. Slack it to the metaphor. Slack it. Yeah, just to show how that transfer had went. So Jacob got the blessing from his father, and we're going to continue in verse 30 in the Hebrew. Wiyahaya, Kasha, Kala, Yitazaka, La Baraka, Yaikwa, Wiyahaya, Aka, Yataza, Yataza, Yai, it's like Yaikwa, Ma'a, Panya, Yatazaka, Abiwa, Waishwa, Akiwa, Ba, Mataziadwa. Verse 31. Wayaisha, Gam, Hawa, Matai Mayam, Wayaba, Labiwa, Wayasha, it's like it. Wayama, Labiwa, Yaquam, Abia, Wayaka, Mataziad, Banya, Baibawa, Barakanya, Napashka, verse 32, Wiyamar, Lawa, Yetazaka, Abdua, Maya, Atha, Wiyamar, Anya, but Banak, Wabakar, Aishwa, verse 33, Wiyakharad, Yetazakak, Harada, Gadala, Ay, Ma'ad, Wiyamar, Maya, Pawa, Hawa, Hatazara, that's like Hatazad, Tazayad, Wayaba, Laya, Laka, Makar, Tabaram, it's like Bataram, Tabua, Wahabarakawa, Dam, Barawak, Yahaya, verse 34. Kashamai, Shamawa, it's like Aishawa, Dabaria, Abiwa, Waya Tazaikwaha, Gadala, Wamara, Aid, Ma'ad, Wayamar, Labiwa, Barakanya, Gam, Anya, Baya, verse 35, Wayamar, Ba'a, Athayaka, Bamarama, Wayakwak, Barakathak, verse 36, Wayamar, Hakaya, Kwara, Shemai, it's like Shamwa, Yaikwa, Wayai Kwabanya, Zaha, Payamayam, it's like a Pai Mayam, Bakatharia, Bakarathia, Lakat, Wahana, Aitha, Lakat, Barakathia, Wiyamar, Saki, Hala, Atazalath, Laya, Barakah. That's the end of those 7 in the Hebrew. Back into the English. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. So like just in the nick of time, like missed him by a hair almost. Verse 31. And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his sons of venison, that thy soul may bless me. Verse 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac, verse 33, and Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that had taken thy venison? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. Verse 34, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. Verse 35, and he said, thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing. Verse 36, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? That's those 7 in the English. So now this is Esau's kind of cry for for what he feels that he had lost unjustly. It's kind of, it is what it is. He gave up his birthright. The blessing that Isaac was going to bestow upon him was to rule over his brothers, was to rule pretty much over the earth. But the vision that Rebecca had gotten, or the message that Rebecca had gotten, can't necessarily say it was a vision. I guess I have to read back up on it. But the message that Rebecca had gotten from the Most High was that the older was going to serve the younger, that the younger son was going to fit the blessing that Isaac was going to give the oldest boy. It should have rightfully gone down to Jacob. So now this is just Esau just having a problem with it. Well, if you don't like it, move back to where you came from. Ain't that what we always hear? Shit. So going back into the Hebrew, verse 37. But yeah, so Esau is complaining about the deal that he made and how this blessing had gotten passed down. And he's still asking for a blessing from his father too. So Genesis chapter 28, verse 37. Wayain, Yitazakak, Wayamor, Laishwa, Han, Gabiah, Shematiwa, Leka, Salaki, Shemathia, Shemathio, yeah, Shemathia, Leka, Wa'ath, Ko, Achiwa, Nathathia, Loa, Laibadium, Wadagan, Wathiarusha, Samakathiwa, Walaka, Apawa, Mahat, Aisha, Banya, verse 38, Wayamar, Aishwa. Yeah, that's Esau, Aishwa. Or Aisha. It's Aisha. Oh, Abayawu, Habaraka, Achath, Hawa, Laka, Abiyah, Barakanya, Gam, Anya, Abiyah, Wayasha, Aisha, Kwala, Wayabaka, verse 39, Wayain, it's a Zahak, Abiyawa, Wayamar, Aywa, Hana, Mashamanya, Harataza, Yahya, Mawashabak, Mamatal, Hashemayam, Ma'ayim, verse 40. Verse 40, Wa'ayim, Harbak, Tachiyah, Wa'af, Achiaka, Taibad, Wahiyah, Kashar, Thariyah, Waparakwath, Al-Yawa, Ma'ayim, Tazwaraka, verse 41. Wayashatam, Aisha, Yaquab, Baraka, Ashar, Barakwa, Abdua, Wayamar,
Aisha, Balabua, Yakarabua, Yamia, Abal. It's like Abal, Abia, Waya Haraga, yeah, it's like Yaikwab, Achia, verse 42, Wayagad, La Rabakwa, it's like La Rabakwa, because Rabakwa was Rebecca, La Rabakwa, Dabarya, Aisha, Bana, Hagadol, Wata Shalaf, Wata Kwara, like Slaki, La Yaikwa, Bana, Hakwatan, Wata Amar, Aiwa, Ana, Aisha, Akayika, Mathanakam, Laka, Laharagak, verse 43, Baitha, Banya, Shemai, Bakwalia, Wakwawam, Barak, Laka, Laban, Achia, Harana. It's like Harana. There's those 7 in the Hebrew. Going back into the English, Genesis chapter 27, verse 30, verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice, and wept. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40. And by thy sword, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her youngest son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee, does comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Verse 43. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran. So we're seeing Esau taking the news very poorly, getting very emotional about it, still getting a blessing from his father, because his father still cared for, it's still his firstborn. He don't want him to go without. So he still gives him a blessing. He's going to live off the fat of the earth, the dew of heaven from above. Not to be equivocated with him getting like favor from the Most High, though. It's just the way that he was. He was still going to live good. He was going to be all right, even without the blessings that were given to Jacob. He was going to be just fine. And where does it say about how he will live by the sword? That's another kind of telltale sign of so-called white man. How they live. They live violently and by means of force. Yeah, like we've all heard that phrase, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And that is Esau's kind of way of life. With all their sophistication today, they are very barbaric. They're very base creatures, a very base mentality, very immature mentality. Kind of like, if a kid who can't control his emotions gets his toy snatched from him, the first thing that he goes to is violence. And as we just read, that was Esau's initial reaction to him now being subservient to Jacob, according to the blessing, is that he's just going to kill him. And that's going to make all his problems go away. It's going to be fine. All I got to do is kill dude. All I have to do is unalive my brother, and we're in the clear. No problem. That's his mind track. That's his train of thought. And his mother, not wanting to see this thing done, tells her son, go over to your uncle. Go over to your uncle's spot in a different land. So now we're going to see about the separation between them. Back into the Hebrew, Leviticus 27, verse 44. What do we got? Okay. Verse 44. Waya Sabbath, Aimah, Yamayam, Achadim, Aid, Asar, Basawab, Chama, Hayaka, verse 45. Aid, Shawab, Pa, Hayaka, Mamka, Washkak, Ath, Asar, Aishiyat, Lawa, Washalakathia. Salakia. Walakwakathika, Masham, Lama, Ashakal, Gam, Shanyakam, Yawam, Achad, verse 46. Wathamar, Rabakwa, All, Itazachak, Kwatazathia, Bachayaya, Mapanya, Banwa, Kath, Aqua, Lakak, Yaikwa, Asha, Mabanawa, Kath, Kala, Mabanawa, Marataza, Lama, Laya, Hayayam, Yaikwar, Yaikwara, Yatazachak, all. I wonder if I went too far. Well, 25, or it's like verse 28. Genesis 28, verse 1. Laya, Hayayam, Wayakwara, Yatazachak, all. Yaikwa, Wayabarak, Athwa, Waya Tazawa Hawa, Wayamar, Lawa, La'a, the Kak, the Shah, Mabanawa, Kanaim, verse 2. Kwawam, Laka, Padna, Aram, Baitha, Bathwal, Abiyah, Amaka, Wakah, Laka, Masham, Asha, Wabanawa, Laban, Achia, Lamar, verse 3. Waal, Shadiah, Yabarakah. It's like Yabarak, Athak, with Yaparak, Yarabak, Wahayayath, Lakwahal, I am young. Verse 4. Wayathan, Lakah, Ath, Barakath, Abraham, Lakah, Walazar Ra'ika, Athka, Larashatak, Aratazah, Magayaka, Ashar, Nathan, Alahai, Labraham. Those 7 in the Hebrew. Going back into the English, Genesis chapter 27, verse 44. And tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away. Verse 45. Until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him, then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? It's like, why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? Verse 46. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? So she's, I don't want to say having a midlife crisis at this point because she's already old, but kind of going over the I guess the stress of motherhood in a sense, the burden of guidance to her children, having to be the one to make the call and be responsible for the outcome. Genesis chapter 28 verse 1. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Verse 2. Arise, go to Padan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence, of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. Verse 3. And God Almighty bless thee, and make thee fruitful and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people, and give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee and to thy seed with thee, and that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, with God, which God gave unto Abraham. So, before they part, kind of wishing him well, still giving the father's love to his son, and also showing the succession between that the blessings from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob, because that same blessing that was passed down from Abraham to Isaac, and it's like in verse 4, and give thee the blessing of Abraham, and to thee and to thy seed with thee, thou mayest inherit the land where thou art a stranger, which God gave unto Abraham. So it still shows that lineage between Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as far as like how the blessings are delegated between everybody. And the last 7 verses. Yeah. It's like it just me. Like Yashala. So we're in Genesis 28, verse 5 in the Hebrew, and then the last 7 in English. Wait.
You did verse 5.
No, I didn't. Verse 5. And even if I did, we're going to do it again. Do it again. We're going to run it back. ويسلك يتزكاك يايكواب ويلكا Parna, Aram, Al, Laban, Ban, Bathwal, Haramia, Achia, Rabakwa, Yaikwab, Waishwa. going to rule over, the rest of his brethren. But the prophecy that Rebecca had gotten was that the older was going to serve the younger. So by reversing those two and Jacob getting that blessing, fit in line with him being the younger, being master, being lord over the older, and that older going to be serving the younger. So everything got put in its right order, right place, according to the prophecy. Like Rebecca had to change that blessing to fit the prophecy, because that revelation wasn't given to Isaac. But going pregnant women can sometimes do. Y'all go through something spiritual as well as physical with that birth. So Lord be with you. Shalom, there's no sound. We back on. All right, no sweat. How far are we into it? All right. So that kind of brings us up to date with the interactions so far between Isaac and his sons, his wife's interaction, the separation between Jacob and Esau. And we're going to see just how spiritual this is of a battle between Jacob and Esau, so-called Caucasians, and can't just say Negroes. There would have been a melanated people, if that makes some of y'all happy, but just for the sake of argument, between the Caucasian races and what became the Israelite races, which would encompass so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The problems that we face here today in 2024 in America and in Europe, like it's not just going down here, all over the earth, between black and white, white and brown, white and red. It's a very spiritual conflict that dates all the way back, to antiquity. And we're seeing how it gets manifested physically with the violence portrayed, with the manipulation, with the jealousy and the envy. We can see it with them always like during the Olympics back in the 40s, 30s or 40s or something like that, when Hitler was running the Olympics in Germany. I think it was in Germany. I can't remember the exact location, but he had this goal. He just knew that the Aryan race was it. They were just top notch. Couldn't nobody beat them, and then they got smoked in every Olympic event by some niggas. That must have been infuriating to a man like that, who was all doped up on. I think he was doped up on PCP or something at the time. He was out of his mind. But if we look at history, we can see the affliction or the conflict between, just for the sake of colloquial terms, black and white. Because when we say black and UPK, we identify blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under that description, not just because of skin tone and not just because of skin tone, but because of the affliction, because of the conditions that we've been in. Nobody else has been, considered black and categorized as black based off of destruction outside of Israel like that. And that's something that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians share to the core. So to see everything that's happening to our brothers and sisters on the reservation, how America was, gutted from the inside out and stolen from the, so-called Mexicans, how the islands were ravaged for all their gold, all their jewels, all their resources, the fertile soil that it had. Haiti and Dominican Republic, that soil is damn near trash now because it just got reused and used and used and used, when there's supposed to be a cycle of life for even the earth. There's a cycle of life for water, there's a cycle of life for air, there's a cycle of life for all living creatures. There's a cycle of life for for the earth. And given time for it to replenish the miracle or the minerals that the plants that are feeding off that ground would strip from it. That's why you're supposed to rotate your crops too. Like all that is identified in the Bible too. That a certain group of people that had taken advantage of it were able to prosper from, because they learned how to deal with each other only, which is why they made so many enemies across the board too. And we were seeing that with a lot of the anti-Semitism, rants and raves, and the conflicts between the good old boys and curly Qs who deny each other. Like they don't even want to be associated with each other. So I mean, how much more do you think the hatred is going to go to us when we teach them that they are these bastards from the Bible? And we show their history, their actions, their reactions to our prosperity. Because every time they attempted to break us, overrun us, even in slavery, we were multiplying. We built their kingdom for them. We were so good at what we did. Are you studying the word of racism? It's a trash, brother. Then sign out, nigga. King Life. You named yourself that, didn't you, bro? King Life. All right, good for you, champ. Racism is necessary because that would teach our people to stop hating each other and start loving each other and bring us as the priority. And if you don't think that we need to make ourselves the priority here and now, given the current climate of racism world round against us, then you got to be out your rabbit ass mind. I don't know what to tell you, man. You want to hold hands across America, go for it. Because racism is right here. Racism is in this book. So if you fancy yourself studying out of this, you're studying racism. Or righteous racism. Racism that doesn't involve lynching and burning crosses and unaliving babies in the womb. Not that kind of racism. Normally, when people think racism, they go back to what the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, has done in their conquest of other people. That's immediately what people's emotions and what your thought process goes through when you think of the word racism. You don't think of just loving your own people more than anybody else. Not harming anybody else just because they're another race. They're like, we don't harm nobody that don't cross that line with us. At camp, at events, high holy days, you know what I'm saying? We keep to ourselves, but we let it be known that we ain't no pushovers. So the word is racism. I don't know what else to tell you. Deuteronomy 7:6. Second Ezra is 56:6. Or 2:56. You want to read a couple of those. I'll just make sure I got that right. 1 second. It's also in Isaiah too. I think like 49. Yeah, racism is all over the Bible. Prejudices, bias, but not in the way that people think it is. Because we're not tyrants. We're not psychopaths. We're not as barbaric as these people have been to us. Second Ezra 6:56, I think. Yeah, Second Ezra chapter 6, start at 54. If you got an Apocrypha, King Life. Oh, he already signed off, huh? All right, no sweat. Caleb's Cookups. I don't know if you're still with us, but hey, shalom, brother. Yeah, damn right, Rapah. Damn right. Yeah, getting the truth to get lost, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's gonna be a long, lonely road ahead of you. But a lot of people, listen, you might hold hands with a whole lot of people that are gonna turn their backs on you at the end of the day. If you want to trust in that society, that way of life, you're gambling. You're gambling with probably more than what you take, at face value. Like your life should be worth more than that. If you were brother, listen, if you were heathen, I don't know, does he got a picture on there? Like a profile picture? Listen, if you were heathen, it wouldn't matter what you got to say about this anyway. You're gonna serve. If you were brother, you better get over that whatever emotional relapse you having, and brother, you tighten up, man. Gird your loins, get solidified, get solidified in this kind of racism, this kind right here. This is love for your own people, first and foremost, and not explicit express violence towards anybody else. We don't do school shootings. We don't do that. What we end up doing is unaliving each other at alarming rates. So we're combating that. We're combating self-annihilation. That's our form of racism. That's the biblical stance on racism. Loving our own people, showing our own people preference first before anybody else. Because you got, I don't know who you are necessarily, but all these other nations, they're living in their kingdom. They've got it good as a people. They just don't care about each other like that. They're not racist enough. White people ain't racist enough because you got so many homeless white people and junkies out there on the streets. That's y'all fault. Remember, America this was built up by white people. So the conditions that anybody's facing in America is the white people's fault. Same thing going on in Britain, in England. If there's any kind of disparity that y'all are going through, listen, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and you'll know exactly who to blame. We read through the Bible who our oppressor is and what steps we need to take to get out of this hell and this captivity. And it's very straightforward. It's very clean. Stop living after their life. Stop living after their lifestyle. We've got our own code of conduct to follow. And if we were to do this, if we were to just commit ourselves to this, we're going to see less crime overnight. We're going to see more economical growth because we're going to know where to pull our money up to also, which is another thing that these devils hate, is if we're not just flooding their economy with our money where we could use that in a better space. But yeah, King Life, if there was nothing else, we're going to get to a close out with the prayers. I appreciate everybody that joined us, stuck with us. With that, man of Israel, Amagim, which means stand. I'm trying to keep it down for the neighbors. Old scrolls. Upon Yaakov Dome, turn to face the east. And this is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13. Abanawa, Sabbath Shema, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'rataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanganawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Dabiyanawa, Banasawan, Abal, Habashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahata Para, La Walamya, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the Hakak, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Baba Kashai, the thunder now. Hakak, Hakak, Lara Pa'a, Kalma Kala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazaraim, Hakak, Nahakim, Hamathium, Hakak, Al Rakwa, Hatamaala, Lagar son, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Duwad Aman. In English, Yahweh, the name Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you so big. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayah Sha'ala, Wahabayat Sapari, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Duwad Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you so big. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahahariam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azaria, Ma'ayan, Yahweh, Aishat, Shamayam, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawa, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Samaka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasa'ala, Yahweh, Samaka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyalka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yasamaka, Makar Ra, Yasamar, Atnapaska, Yahweh, Yasamar, Tazaaka, Wabuaka, Maita, Wa'ad, Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yahshua shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thee from going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Allahayim, Adam Yalakah, Al Takarash, Wal Tashaqua, Al Kayahana, Awapika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanayika, Shawa Raash, Al Amika, Yahramu, Sawa, Wayab Tayai Tazwa, Al Tazapawanika, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakahidam, Magawi, Wala'a Yazaka, Samya Sa'ala, Aiwa, Kaya, Nawa Atazwa, La Yakadwa, Alika, Barya, Yakaratwa, Aharya, Arawam, Wayashmaya Liam, Mawab, Wagaria, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Parashat, Damisabi, Tazawar, Damasawar, Nalawa, Aimam, Aiwa, Zarwai, Labanya Lawa, Salah, Aisha Laham, Gamarian, Gasiya Sarah, Yabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadu, Bayan Daru, Aiwa, Daman, Ladam, Shartamu, Nadaya Mawa, Kaira, Wakizaba, Wakizabak, Wakizalmanai, Kalana Kamu, Ashar, Amarwa, Naiwasa, Nanawa, Nawa, Alahain, Alahaya, Shartama, Kagogala, Kakwash, the Panya Rawka, Kaash, Dabairu Yairu, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Kantaradapma, Basairika, Wabasawapaka, Dabalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka Yahaw, Yabashwa, Wayabahalwa, Adiai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka Al-Yuwan, Ka, Harataza. In English, keep not thy silence, O God, and not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yahshua may be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, and to Sisera, and to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb. Yea, all the princes at Sabbath, and Zalmun, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill the faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Pray for the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh Yahushua. Wa me'aka'alam. Wa alahayim. Matazab Ya'alawap Yahan. Alawapyam. Hasaranyam. Akwatazayanyam. Akayayalyam. Wahakwatyan. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Tawada Aman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you so big. The curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pascomatazzi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, cable access channels and the radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you so big. Sorry to the front. Salute the Torah. Sorry. How about Shem Yahshua? Yeah.
Yeah, how about Shema Shopper? Yeah.
Talk to the front. Courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, and Badi Shabbat, Magin, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahshua Barakathon, Yahmatah. Courtesy salute for the sisters, men of Israel, Badi Shabbat, Magin, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Atah, Shem Yahshua, Yahmatah. Class dismissed. Straight blasphemy. Denia 720, you were a chump. No sweat.